Most older men think younger women are out of their league, but let me tell you, theory not only within reach, but they could be chasing you instead if you know how to unlock your true potential. Age becomes your greatest weapon, not a weakness. Does this sound impossible? Think about it. Women crave certain traits in a man that only come with age: wisdom, composure, and the ability to lead with confidence. Younger men can't fake it, and that's why you have the upper hand. Theory's the problem. Most older men don't realize this and unknowingly sabotage themselves by either acting like they're still in their 20s or feeling too insecure about their age. In this video we're going to change that. I'll share even powerful traits that will make you stand out from the crowd and become irresistible to younger women. These are not tricks or gimmicks, they're proven qualities that every high-value man over 40 can master. So if you're ready to transform your dating life and embrace your full potential, keep watching. But first, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I've got a challenge for you. Comment yes if you believe older men have the advantage, or no if you think otherwise. I'll personally reply to every comment. Let's dive in and show you how to turn your age into the ultimate advantage. Number 1. Your age is your trait. 1. Certainty, the unshakable attraction factor superpower. Let's get one thing straight: your age isn't a limitation, it's your biggest advantage. Most older men don't realize this, because society constantly pushes the idea that youth equals value, but the truth is your age comes with assets that younger men simply can't compete with. Think about it. You've lived through decades of experiences, successes, failures, lessons learned. This gives you wisdom, emotional resilience, and a calm demeanor that no amount of youthful energy can replace. Women notice this, especially younger women, because it's rare. Younger guys often rely on surface-level charm or bravado, but what you bring to the table is depth. Here's a real example. Imagine you're at a dinner party and a group of younger men are all trying to impress the same woman. They're loud, cracking jokes and trying to whop each other. Meanwhile, you sit back, relaxed, engaging her in a meaningful conversation. Who do you think she'll remember by the end of the night? The guy who's quietly confident, who listens and responds with depth. That's the man who stands out. The key here is perspective. Instead of seeing your age as a disadvantage, view it as your superpower. Your calmness, your ability to stay composed, and the lessons you've learned over the years make you magnetic. Younger men might have energy, but they don't have experience, and that's where you win. So embrace your age, own it, because once you do, you'll start seeing how much of an asset it truly is. Trait 2. Leading with confidence and purpose. Number 2. Certainty, the unshakable attraction factor. Here's a fact: certainty is magnetic, and as an older man, it's one of your most powerful tools for attraction. Women, especially younger women, are drawn to men who are sure of themselves. Why? Because certainty exudes confidence, stability, and leadership, qualities that are hard to find in younger guys still trying to figure themselves out. But here's the catch: younger women will test you. They might throw subtle challenges your way, like being cold over text, teasing you, or even making comments designed to provoke our action. These are what we call tests, and the purpose to see if you're as strong and steady as you appear. Nowhere's where many men go wrong. They get emotional, they overreact, they let their insecurities show. For example, if she suddenly replies with short, dry texts, the insecure guy will start second-guessing himself. Did I say something wrong? Is she losing interest? And before long he's spiraling, sending multiple follow-up messages that scream desperation. But not you, not the high-value older man who knows his worth. When she tests you, your response is calm, composed, and deliberate. For instance, if she pulls away or goes cold, you don't chase, you simply can continue being your confident self, knowing that her behavior doesn't define your value. And trust met his drives her wild. Women are deeply attracted to men who can hold their ground emotionally no matter what. Think of it like this: when you're steady and certain, it's like being a lighthouse in a storm. No matter how turbulent things get, you remain unshaken, and that's the kind of man women feel safe and drawn to. So remember, this certainty isn't just about knowing who you are, it's about showing her through your actions that noticed or challenge can shake your foundation. And once she sees that, her attraction to you will. Trait 3. Dressing like a leader skyrocket. Number 3. Dress like a leader, not a wannabe. Let's talk about something most older guys overlook: your style. Believe it or not, the way you dress says more about you than you think. It's not just about wearing clothes, it's about presenting yourself as a man who's confident, accomplished, and in control. Office life. And when it comes to younger women, your wardrobe can either set you apart as a high-value man or make you blend in with the crowd. Here's where many older men make mistakes. Some try to dress like they're still in their 20s, wearing graphic tee, skinny jeans, or sneakers that scream "I'm trying too hard." Others take the opposite route and stick with outdated, baggy clothes that make them look frumpy and out of touch. Neither of these approaches works. What you need is a wardrobe that reflects your status as a leader. Someone who has nothing to prove but everything to offer. Here's how you do it: invest in well-fitted pieces. A sharp blazer or tailored suit can transform your entire look, but don't stop at just buying. It needs to fit perfectly. Find a good tailor and make sure your clothes fit like they were made for you. Mix formal with casual. A well-fitted blazer over a simple v-neck t-shirt or a Henley shirt shows you're polished but relaxed. It says I dress well because I want to, not because I have to pay attention to. The details. Accessories like a high-quality watch, leather belt or stylish shoes might seem minor, but women notice them. These details communicate that you're a man who takes pride in himself. Remember, your goal isn't to look young, it's to look powerful. Younger women aren't looking for someone trying to relive their youth. They're drawn to a man who exudes dignity, success and ambition. Here's a quick example. Imagine walking into a room wearing a tailored navy blazer, dark jeans and a crisp white shirt. You're relaxed but sophisticated. Compare that to a younger guy in ripped jeans and sneakers. Who do you think she'll see as the man of value? The answer is clear. So dress the part. Be the man who turns heads, not because you're flashy, but because you embody class and confidence. When you look the part, women will treat you like the high value man you truly are. Number 4. Support. Dante trait 4. Inspiring connection without distance. Solve the balance older men need. Here's a common mistake many older men make trying to solve a woman's problems. It might come from a good place. You want to help her, protect her, or make her life easier, but let me be clear, being her problem solver is the fastest way to ruin your chances with her. Why? Because it shifts the dynamic from romantic to parental, and no woman wants to date her dad. You see, younger women aren't looking for a savior, they're looking for a partner, someone who listens, understands and inspires them to grow. When you jump in to fix every issue she mentions, you're not being helpful, you're sending a subtle message that you don't think she's capable of handling her own life. Here's an example. Imagine she tells you she's having a tough time at work, and an experienced man might immediately jump in with advice or offer to talk to someone on her behalf, but a high-value older man knows better. Instead of rushing to solve the problem, he listens, empathizes and says something like, that sounds challenging, but I know you'll figure it out. You're strong and smart. Have no doubt you'll handle it. By doing this, you're showing her two things. You respect her ability to solve her own problems. You're confident enough not to try and control every situation. Now let's address the elephant in the room, money. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen older men make is offering financial help too soon, whether it's covering her bills, helping her with rent, or buying her expensive gifts. This creates a transactional dynamic that kills attraction. Women might accept it in the moment, but deep down they'll lose respect for you because it feels like you're trying to buy their affection. Instead, focus on being supportive in a way that adds emotional value. Let her come to you for advice, not for handouts. Be the man who lifts her up, not the one who tries to carry her burden. Remember, she's dating you because she admires your wisdom and stability, not because she needs a fixer or a bank account. In short, be her inspiration, not her savior. When you strike this balance, you create a relationship dynamic that's built on mutual respect, admiration, and true connection. That's what keeps her chasing you. Number 5. Trait 5. Boundaries that command respect. Inspire connection without creating distance. Here's a subtle trap that many successful older men fall into. They unintentionally intimidate the women. Theory trying to connect with you might not even realize it, but your accomplishments, lifestyle, or even the way you carry yourself can sometimes make a younger woman feel inadequate or like she doesn't belong in your world. And when this happens, traction fades. Let me explain. Imagine this: you're on a date, and she notices your expensive car. She says, "Wow, you drive a Porsche." On the surface, it seems like a compliment. Boothery's the problem. If she's struggling to pay her bills or isn't where she wants to be in life, that moment might make her feel insecure. Instead of being impressed, she could start comparing herself to you, thinking, he's so far ahead of me, I'm not good enough for him. This isn't about lowering your standards or hiding your success, it's about humanizing yourself and making her feel comfortable around you. And one of the best ways to do this is through vulnerability and humor. For example, when she comments on your car, instead of just agreeing, you could say something like, "Yeah, when I was a kid I wanted the Batmobile. This is as close as I could get, but I still miss my old Beta from college sometimes." That self-deprecating humor does two things. It shows her you don't take yourself too seriously. It makes you relatable and approachable despite your success. You can also inspire connection by sharing stories of your own struggles or growth. Let her see that you've worked hard to get where you are and you're not some untouchable perfect man. For instance, you might sigh, "It wasn't always like this. There was a time I was living paycheck to paycheck, eating ramen noodles every night. It taught me how to value what I have." Now be sharing moments like these. You're not just showing her your success, you're showing her the journey behind it, and that's what makes you inspiring, not intimidating. Here's the takeaway: women are drawn to men who make them feel comfortable, not judged. Your success should inspire her, not create distance. So balance your accomplishments with relatability and watch how much deeper your connection becomes. Number 6. Lead. Trait 6. Support. Don't solve like a man. Why women crave decisiveness. Let me be blunt. Indecisiveness. Unattractive women, especially younger women, are naturally drawn to men who know what they want and aren't afraid to take the lead. As an older man, this is your chance to shine. You've had years to figure out what works, what doesn't, and how to make decisions with confidence. It's time to use that to your advantage. Here's the reality: in most dating dynamics, one person leads and the other follows. If you leave the decision-making up to her, you're sending a message that you're unsure of yourself, or worse, that you lack the ability to take charge. That's not what women find attractive. For example, let's say you're planning a date. The wrong move is to ask her, "So, what do you want to do?" This puts all the pressure on her and makes you seem passive. Instead, say something like, "I've made us a reservation at this great rooftop restaurant for 7 p.m. You love the view. Be ready by 6:30. I'll pick you up." See the difference? You're not just suggesting, you're leading. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but isn't that controlling? Shouldn't I consider her input? And the answer is yes, you can take her preferences into account, but being decisive doesn't mean you're ignoring her. It means you're showing her that you're confident enough to take the initiative while still being thoughtful. Being decisive isn't just about planning dates, it's about how you handle every interaction. When you're firm in your decisions, whether it's about where to go or how to respond to a situation, you exude a sense of stability and security that younger men often lack. Here's another example. Imagine you're out with her and something unexpected happens, like a sudden change of plans or an issue with reservations. A low-value man might panic or look to her for guidance, but a high-value older man calmly adapts, saying, "No problem, let's head to this other place. I know it's even better." That calm, decisive energy instantly sets you apart. In short, leadership isn't about controlling, it's about confidently guiding the interaction. When you take charge in a way that makes her feel cared for and secure, she'll see you as the kind of man who knows where he's going in life, and trust me, that's exactly the kind of man she wants to follow. Number 7. Boundaries. The key trait. 7. Emotional composure. Respect and desire. Here's a truth most men overlook: if you don't set boundaries, you'll never earn her respect, and without respect there's no attraction. Women, especially younger women, are drawn to men who know their worth and aren't afraid to communicate. Boundaries aren't just about keeping things in check, they're about showing her that you value yourself and your time. Let me ask you this: have you ever let something slide because you were afraid of pushing her away? Maybe she was texting during your date, canceling plans last minute, or being flaky. Instead of addressing it, you stayed quiet, hoping it wouldn't happen again. Sound familiar? The problem is when you don't express your boundaries, you send the message that you're okay being treated poorly, or worse, that you don't respect yourself enough to stand up for what you deserve. Here's the thing: women test boundaries all the time, consciously on it. It's not because they're trying to be difficult, but because they want to see what you'll tolerate. And when you let her cross a line without saying anything, she'll start to lose respect for you. On the flip side, when you calmly and confidently enforce your boundaries, you become the kind of man she can't help but admire. For example, let's say she's scrolling through her phone while you're talking during a date. Instead of ignoring it or getting upset, you could say something like, "Hey, I enjoy spending time with you, but if you're busy, let me know, we can reschedule." This communicates your boundary without anger or drama, and it makes her think twice before doing it again. But here's the golden rule: boundaries are about respect, not control. You're not trying to change her behavior, you're simply making it clear what you will and won't tolerate. And if she continues to push those boundaries, you have to be willing to walk away. Why? Because a high-value man doesn't compromise his self-respect for anyone. I'll share a quick story. One of my clients told me about a situation where a woman he was dating constantly cancelled plans at the last minute. He used to accept it, thinking it would keep her interested, but when he finally said, "I need someone who values my time, if you can't commit to plans, this isn't going to work," everything changed. Not only did she apologize, but she started making more of an effort to see him. The lesson: boundaries aren't just about protecting yourself, they're about earning her respect, and when a woman respects you, attraction naturally follows. So be clear about what you stand for, enforce it calmly, and never be afraid to walk away, because a man with boundaries is a man who knows his worth, and that's irresistible. Here's the reality. Younger conclusion. The truth about irresistible men: women aren't looking for perfection, they're looking for presence. They're drawn to men who know exactly who they are, who carry themselves with purpose, and who embrace their age as an asset, not a limitation. That's the kind of man you have the power to become. So stop comparing yourself to younger guys. They might have youth, but they don't have you. They don't have your wisdom, your composure, or your ability to lead with quiet confidence. Those are the traits that make you truly irresistible, not just to women but to the world. If you're ready to own that power, I want to hear it from you. Drop a comment below and say, "I'm a high-value man." Let the world know you're stepping into your potential and embracing who you are. Thanks for watching, and remember, your best days aren't behind you, they're waiting for you to claim them. See you in the next video.